la la la, la la la, la la la. Oh, okay, it's okay. Of course, the thumbnail's weird. La la la. La la la. La la la. Okay. I tend to spend a whole day thinking about what I'm going to say, but I think I need to get on it because I do want to clarify that BJ does have every right to be angry. And I think my video yesterday was panic. It was like a panic reaction because I knew she was about to stream, and I had no idea what I was gonna be dealing with afterwards. So it was a panic, and she does have every right to be angry. I did not realize that her silence was so I mean, I did not realize, sorry, I'm gonna stutter because I'm nervous. I did not realize how silent she had to be. I just thought it was her choosing. I thought she was reading an email and then saying, WTF, this clown is just so, I thought she just disregarded it, and that's basically has been my perspective all this time. But I also, there's a lot of different groups out there that are hateful towards everybody. That whole declaration, I only read through this little small Twitter thing. That was the only time I read it because my signature was out there and I read it. And it was I had no idea I still don't have a clue what all it means for a court or whatever. I just know it was written by Lima, and I spoke in a Zoom call with her, I think maybe twice. The first time it was oh, I'm so sorry, you were gonna get your disability check back. She was just typing as she was writing, I guess. But I kept telling her I donated for Dahlia, and when I say I donated for Dahlia, it was because BJ had called her. I can't remember what it's called, but because I'm used to BJ responded to Lima calling Dahlia as a witness. BJ responded to that by calling her as a counter or whatever. I forgot the word for it. I don't know why I forgot the word, but anyway, that was the reason. That was the very reason I donated, was because BJ was gonna bring Dahlia and let her speak. She gave a 30 minutes or something time. I listened to the court filing by it was actually High Priestess Steph reading that file, and based on that alone, I knew that at least Dahlia would get to speak for a short time, and that was why I donated. And that's what I mean when I say I donated for Dahlia. And wherever it went, it's all still in that same thing for Dahlia. So even if it never ends up in a court, which I've pretty much learned that it's never going to end up in a court, because that's the whole game, it seems. Anyway, BJ does have every right to be angry, and I'm sorry I said what I said, and I panicked. I said what I said in panic. I was panicked. The first video, I wrote 2 videos actually. It was hard for me to take. I mean, I like watching BJ. I'll turn on the TV and you'll see that surprise witness up there in the search result. And so it's I thought I had to just rethink everything. I'm now a stalker. But I'm not. It's just I can't describe things very well. And because of that, others can take advantage of me, obviously. And I do not know what all is out there in the court document stuff. I don't know. I just know I have, the things that were sent to me, I saved. I don't delete anything. And I have everything that was sent to me, yeah, that video last night was wrong with me, and I am sorry for that. So I was scared out of my mind. And then here comes BJ on the screen, and she's decent, and I'm like, oh no, I gotta deal with the people now. I think I am just an isolated type of person, internal or introvert. So this is new to me, the fact that she can speak, and I don't want her to ever be unable to speak again, because all this time having to hold all that stuff inside is just sick. It's sick. And I mean, it's easier for me whenever I can answer questions that people ask than it would be for me to just speak like a normal person could do. So anyway, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I pretty much agree with all the things that BJ, all the videos BJ has done. I mean, I agree with her. It's just for a short time I felt rejected, I guess, by an email. But just that feeling, I thought I would see if I thought I would seek answers from Lima, because I was basically just bugging BJ. And so I told Lima in an Instagram message, I don't agree with you on Dahlia, but. And she was nice. And that's not always a good thing, I know. But that's basically how that happened. She called. I gave her my number. I didn't want her to call me on Instagram, because I can change my number easily. The Instagram thing, knowing what I know from what I've searched and all of the names that she goes by, yeah, that's scary for me to think that she would call me over an Instagram call, and who knows what she could see or who knows what she could do. And yet I'm more comfortable giving out my phone number, which is pretty much, might as well be out. I mean, I might as well not hesitate, because my number is out there. My number is out there, and so is my full name, before BJ even used it. But this duct tape, this is actually this. I think the sound. It sounds like the phone is on speaker, but it's not. It's like, well, also it's also to block the glare. So if I'm doing a guinea pig, if I'm filming a guinea pig, they don't get spooked by their reflection. So that. And I remember when I would see a video, and then I would hear BJ say, "Don't send hate to these people." I was like, "Hell no! I'm gonna send hate. I'm gonna tell them just what I think." So I am. It's only fair. I mean, Lima and Brennan. Yep. Sorry, I got distracted from what I was talking about. There's so these whole court document things. Anybody who lies in court documents, I don't know what all is out there. I actually don't know if I wish I did. I'm anti-conservatorship, and anybody who promotes 5150 and stuff like that is not a real BJ fan, in my opinion. So, I mean, she's anti-conservatorship, and I am too. I mean, people should have the rights. I mean, in America, people have rights, but I don't know what rights BJ has had to give up because of this person from who knows where suing her repeatedly. I'm beginning to realize just how sick. I do not like Brennan. I can't. I mean, whenever I was silent with her, she started to get very nervous or possessive, and I didn't like that. And so I'm basically out on my own right now. That's probably why I'm acting the way I'm acting. But I don't trust Bryn. I don't trust a thing she says. If she says she is not for Lima, she's for Lima. I mean, everything, I don't believe her. I mean, I've talked to her on the phone recently, not real recently, but she would tell me something and I just didn't believe her. I didn't believe her. It felt like a lie. I was like, she's lying. She's lying. It's very strange. It's, I used to be, I mean, all of a sudden she got possessive. And I left my own server that I created called Lion, L-I-O-N, named after Dandelion. That server is or was full of evidence of the same evidence that's still on my computer, but it's of tons and tons and tons and tons of screenshots. Bryn had so many names that even now, like whenever there's somebody in the C-Files chat, I assume they're all the same person, except for ones I'm not going to name. I was silent and basically ghosted Bryn, and the longer I waited in silence, the more I learned about her. She revealed herself, and I didn't even care to be friends with her. And She is that surprise army. She just deleted it on Instagram. Now the server is a different story. That was a group of people. Graffiti Goddess, So Fly, who still chats in BJ's chat and does her research. That's what I do. I have all of that saved. All of those annoying voice messages that were sent to me. I have it all. I actually screen recorded it, and it was dreadfully boring. But I did it to show how to delete all of your messages in Discord that you've contributed before closing it out. And it was a really, I mean, like, a lot of yada yada about nothing. Anyway, I'm gonna be talking all over the place because I don't even know. Case was just. And yeah, even though the case was dismissed, and everything, like, BJ and her lawyer got the sanctions, which I was so glad. I was like in her chatting away, and then I see me on the screen, and she's calling me, BJ's calling me a psychopath, which is fair, and you know, it's fair. And I was still typing. I was like, yeah, it's fair, but nobody was seeing it, and I didn't realize it. And when I realized it, I was a little angry because I had wasted my time typing and just being honest or genuine, as I would think. I think there's just a whole lot of crap. There really is no good in this. Online. Like, the truth. If I were to show the truth, it's not going to do any good. I mean, it's not going to help. It's just going to make it worse. But there's a lot of bad out there. There's a lot of hate, and I'm not saying from BJ. I'm saying from the whole community and the communities that are latching on. Anyway, I don't stand with Bryn anymore, at all, and I don't care. I don't care. Like, I just don't. I don't like to hang around people who are possessive. And whenever I sense that there's, like, someone wants to understand everything about me or why I do something, or why I don't do something, or how they're suffering, and, you know, I'm not. I need to keep my hands off the computer because it's gonna shake. What the heck is my mom watching? I had these headbands that had the pink things on them, and I took them apart. But I didn't take this apart. But Bonnie said not to contact anymore, so I took those little things off the ears because I didn't know how it was made. So now I have a whole bunch of those things that seems to be how everybody knows of BJ whenever I say the girl with this. I can see those hearts in the corner of my eye, so whoever's doing that, I see it. My mom is like, probably like, she's like the whole opposite brain, and I am completely different. I am so far from logical. I don't even think anything in a logical way. I don't even understand the whole court thing, but I know what I know what I feel, and that's basically how it is. And a lot of people think that I guess a lot of people think that there's anyway, I don't know what I was saying. I do put things to the test, but it doesn't. I end up seeing a bigger picture afterwards, and then I see all my mistakes afterwards too. But the court case, I mean the sanctions, I hope, if it's, I mean I did request that my name be stricken from the from whatever is out, whatever is there that has my name in the public. I want it to be stricken, and I hope it is. I hope it's gone. I hope it worked, because I mean I tried to request that be stricken, and I assume it's just that, and not like a whole bunch of court documents, a whole bunch of exhibits, or a whole bunch of all these filings that I didn't do. I don't know. Don't know. I think my biggest mistake was standing up for BRYAN, because I mean that's usually my biggest mistake, is defending somebody based on one little thing, standing up for somebody for one little thing. That was a mistake for sure. So I respect the people madly defending BJ, but there's some of them that still sound like BRYAN. So I naturally am not going to really trust every person who's trying to get me to be afraid of them or something. Like, this could hurt you. That sounds just like BRYAN. First and foremost, and furthermore, and yeah, that's BRYAN's language. That's the possessive person that I ghosted. And on November 29th, when I did that live stream, I had no idea that Lima was going to call. In fact, I was shocked, and I was scared, because I knew that her voice was clear, and that I had to hurry up and find that mute button. But that was not a court filing that she was writing, in my opinion. I mean, she had it written already, but even though she had it written, what she told me was more about the donation side of it. And the only reason I even thought about trying to see if the donations would be returned was because BRYAN said that within 1 year you can do that. And I think she even said something about it not even affecting BJ. Like she was still a lawyer, and I was like, what? I prefer just showing the facts instead of explaining it. I can't explain things. Except that BJ does, even in spite of me saying this, she has every right to be angry. And I was stupid to think for a minute think of myself. But I was scared yesterday when I was waiting for that video. I was scared. And she was nice. And so naturally after that, my video was just out of place. And so I need to be careful. I just try my best not to upload like that. And I don't care if she calls me out. I mean, I deserve it. It'll probably shape me, and it'll probably put me in the right place. And I kind of need that after all this, because I've been that picture of BRYAN just popped in my head. The AI. I mean, gosh, she changed the picture, but BRYAN had a picture, her profile picture, and yeah, like I don't know why, how, or what, but the fingers on the picture were not attached. Like the I can't even see my fingers. I'm just a white blur. Like this part was like twisted in the opposite direction and not even attached to the finger. And then the other fingers were the same way, except they weren't twisted around. And then there was this one finger that had this really long pointy thing. And I'm like, I mean, I've seen her edit her, or I was present when she was editing reels on Instagram, and I knew she focused on the detail of things, and I was like, surely she knows. I mean, it's got to be a sick joke. I mean, it's got to be. But she changed it so quickly after I mentioned it that now I don't know. I don't know. I think she's been hanging around Lima too long, because her hands are, just like Lima's pictures, there's always a hand missing when she's with somebody. And then her arm, or not her arm, her wrist, like, gosh, it's unbelievable how much that thing was warped. I actually have so many questions about BRYAN after that profile picture emerged that I don't know I don't know how I would think of her. I don't understand it. I mean, that's like some real messed up chopping up of pictures and stuff. Reminded me of oh, never mind. I'm gonna move on. All roads leads to clowns. That Chucky thing. I'm scared to death of Chucky. I think that's the name. It was that doll with the freckles and the red hair. But I was always scared of that. I don't want you to catch my disease, so I'm coughing out of the camera. I'm joking about that. I just joke around and that the video where I was saying that people were speaking to me through headphones, that was a joke, basically a meaningless jab at Bonnie, who probably knew I wasn't hearing things through a headphone, in that I wasn't being, like, C-Files was not communicating with me through the headphones and telling me what to say. So that whole thing, that was me joking. I mean, that's me. That's who I am. But I was dealing with Bonnie at that time, and the whole declaration, even the signing of it, it was like, Lima, this is Bonnie that I'm talking about. It's the surprise army that I'm talking about. It's not BJ. It was crazy. But BRYAN also edited that declaration. By the time that I received it in an email ready to sign, I was like, I thought that it was all over. I thought, or at least BRYAN told me, and I'm not gonna be hesitant in telling what BRYAN said to me on the phone, because all of the things that I based my opinion on were from something she had told me. And I forgot what I was gonna say. Something about where was I? Dang it, it mattered. I don't really see. I mean, it's probably too late. Anyway, BRYAN would tell me things like something Lima. Oh yeah, I remember what it was. The court thing. Lima didn't have enough money, allegedly, or hearsay. Lima didn't have any more money left for court, so she was ashamed. This is exactly what BRYAN told me. That she was embarrassed. She didn't have any more money, and she couldn't keep going with the court case, and that she felt bad for me because I was expecting something, and so I was like, no, it's okay, it's fine. I mean, I much prefer, this to be over for everybody. It's better to not. It's better to just not use all this money on stuff that's not really going to go anywhere. If it's not going to go anywhere, it didn't make any sense to me to keep going and going and going. And then all of a sudden, I have this message in my email. The only thing I'm getting on BJ's end is videos saying, I beat Lima, I beat her, so I kind of felt sorry for Lima. Because only from my wimpy perspective and analysis of things, I felt like too sorry for Lima, for no reason. I received the document from the lawyer, the very first thing from the lawyer, and it was a no reply. It didn't say no reply, just sign, but that's how I interpreted it. It did say no reply. Do not reply to this email. So I was dealing with Bonnie at that time, and I signed it, and then I uploaded it to YouTube or an email as a counter notification, and it worked. And I was like, okay, it's good for that. It kind of held off the Bonnie hatred, because she was basically stealing all of my videos, and it was driving me crazy. I mean, it was driving me crazy to have to explain to YouTube what that they want me to show that I'm gonna like take Bonnie to court or something in order to deal with this counter notification that she sent. So I was like, whatever. And it was reinstated, even though it was pure copyright. It was like complete copyright, like the whole channel, everything. It was stalking. I mean, to be honest, because basically all this stuff she has is other people's videos, and she could make her own videos and actually grow, but she would always I couldn't upload anything. It felt I felt like I was I had to think ahead of time, like at the painting behind me. That I didn't paint after that. When I left the Steph server, that's what I call it, the Steph server, and the others basically went with Bonnie. I guess they went with Bonnie. Anyway, Discord was not important anymore. I decided to just move on and paint like I had done before on my YouTube live streams. And then Bonnie actually live streamed it. She was pausing it and then saying what I was saying, like saying what I was supposed to be saying, and like putting words in that were not even what I was thinking, and like it was almost as if my painting was directed at her, and I was actually painting and having this conversation with her, and she was responding to it as if I were painting and just moving on. I don't know. It just felt strange, and I didn't paint after that. I was that bothered me. I mean, the fact that that's still up. It's still up on her channel, that live stream. My profile picture here is from that painting video live stream that I did. And of course I would get notified. I mean, it does not, I would not have even known probably if I were not in that Lion server with Bren and her and some of the others, because I was notified immediately that everything that I was doing was she was streaming it, so I probably would have forgotten it. Probably wouldn't even have known of it if they weren't notifying me. And I wish I had deleted the server before leaving, but I actually left my own server that I created for Dahlia. Actually, it was not really for Dahlia, it was actually it was focused on Dahlia related stuff. I didn't really care about the Steph server. I didn't need it, although that was a big source of the hate. That Surprise Army server. Actually, the day I joined that server, that was when Bryn said, so I'm going to Oklahoma, and then so there's this call that day or that night, Sunday, and she's like, yeah, there's nothing to say. It's like, hey, look at me, I did this, but I'm not gonna tell you what I did. And then Steph was like, and I talked with BJ. Well, I think it seemed that way. She was like, BJ's like, no. I mean, the look on Steph's face, I pretty much interpreted that as meaning that there was a lot of hesitation, and that maybe this whole thing was going to Oklahoma was not good. So I assumed that was the case. So that ended as quickly as it started. So yeah, Brennan went to Oklahoma, apparently even got herself recorded on the footage there. They have cameras and stuff, so she got her face and stuff documented by those apartment people in Oklahoma. She does that type of thing. She's done that to Bonnie. She's done that, basically spoken with apartment people. But oh, he accidentally stepped on that toy. She does that. She seeks out family members and speaks to them and then says what they say. That's Bren. So I should make that clear that I'm not her friend, so, and she does not speak for me. And if she chooses to, I have a whole lot of history in the text messages. I mean, I am kind of ashamed that she trusted me with some of the things that she trusted me with. So I'll just hold off on that. On I would say don't tease me or test me with the you don't know how powerful I am, Jamie. This could hurt you really bad, because I mean I have the whole text message history on my phone, even the group with Lima, which is nothing compared to the other. So yeah. I'm definitely not scared of Bren. I'm trying to make the sound cover up the sound in the room. When I read Your Truth, I think of Jamie Lynn Spears every time. I'm telling my truth, my truth. I can't ever erase that from my memory. I need to. Dahlia. I see Dahlia in the bottom right of my video. She was so above it all. My dog. So, like, oh gosh, she's so beautiful. I should not have made that picture. My dog is cute, even though she's not around anymore. She's not going to be forgotten at all. Oh boy, I wish that camera that I took that picture with was like a way better camera, because I want that picture to be like huge and like high quality and everything. But it was a little phone. And she is so pretty. Love is like a Dahlia dog. That came from Dolly Parton's Love is like a Butterfly, but replace butterfly with a Dahlia dog and it just perfectly fits. The whole song makes complete sense. Love is like a Dahlia dog. I'm like a ghost. Ooh. I should stop the stream. I could go on and on and on and on. And on and who knows what. Let's see. Wednesday, 10th. I have no life. Anyway, I think I'm gonna stop the stream, and I want to end it with the same statement that I made to start off the stream. That I'm sorry for the reaction yesterday. For even thinking to ask why so angry. The video ended up explaining, or the premiere, so it wasn't like a live video, it was a premiere already recorded. It explained clearly that she was silenced all this time. Even with freedom of speech, she was silenced and not even allowed to respond, and that's sick. That's sick. It makes me really angry that people like Lima even have the power to do that. I don't even think Lima's an American. She shouldn't be given those rights. But I am weird, and naturally I'm like, I'll be joking about something when I'm not really, when it may not seem like it, like with the headphones. That was a joke. And I just, I think I lose the whole, I mean, I forget that I'm joking, and I just sound serious. It's just like sarcasm, I guess. I don't know. But it was aimed at Bonnie, who was saying that I was kidnapped and being fed lines through the headphones. Which was, to me, it was kind of funny. So that was basically what I was talking about, was Bonnie. I kind of want to forget about her though, and that stuff. Like, I can't make comedy out of that situation. I mean, I'm not saying that she's like an enemy. She may be an enemy. She may refer to me as an enemy, but I respect her more than I respect BRYAN or COURVILLE or any of them put together. But I'm not going to trust her. Not at this point, because I mean, we've spoken on the phone long enough to clear things up, and she was willing to do that, so I respect her for that. And she has so many usernames that naturally I'm going to mistake many people as being Bonnie, and at least one person that I did mistake as Bonnie. At least I still would have not respected them to begin with, because they're just mean. So anyway, I called the wrong person Bonnie, and I don't even know their name, so it's okay. They definitely didn't know me. Yeah, that body cam footage, I had that thing memorized. Yeah, and a lot of it was driven by Bonnie. Yep. I mean, I ended up finding that it's probably better to just communicate with Bonnie instead of sending her things that she's not going to accept, like restraining orders and stuff like that. I mean, even celebrating that win was that put me off a little. I think Bonnie Bonnie is the reason I even realized what was going on with the court documents. So I do thank her for that, for letting me know that there were actually exhibits and stuff. Other people don't know how dense I am, really. Maybe there's very few people in this world who are ill-informed like I am. Feels kind of like a Gypsy Rose, but not quite. I'm like, I should know how to do the things that I should know how to do the things that normal people do. But I don't. But I'm not saying I'm being held hostage. I'm choosing to be right here. It smells a lot better. I should really shut up. I'm gonna go. Bye. Bye. Everybody seems to remember the bye. Love you, Kami. Bye. Bye. And they go on. Bye. And it's like, I don't even remember where that came from, but I did a parody. Apparently, that stuck. And it's minute K. But anyway, it's not my phrase. Reindeer. Okay, I'm gonna stop. For real. I'm sorry, BJ, for saying like what I said. I mean, I am aware now, and a little bit ashamed that I even asked. Actually, more than a little bit, but I wanna just take that back, but I can't. So I'm sorry for it.
My internet